Excellent. Good afternoon. My name is Matt Clark. I'm the commander of the Denver Police Department's Major Crimes Division. Thank you for being here today as we provide an update in the missing person homicide investigation involving James Montoya. This has been a very complex investigation over the past several months that included multiple investigative units within the Denver Police Department, as well as assistance from several law enforcement agencies across the state. Today we are here with Mr. Montoya's family to announce the identification of the individual who we believe is responsible for Mr. Montoya's death, and to request the community's assistance in the apprehension of this individual. I'm extremely proud of the investigative work that went into this case and greatly appreciate the assistance we received from law enforcement agencies. I also recognize the tremendous void that exists in the Montoya family after the loss of James. We not only express our condolences to the family and friends, but we'll also continue to stand by you as we move through the next process of holding the offenders responsible for his death. Recognizing there's a prosecution likely in this case, I will be limited in some of the information I can provide and questions I can answer, but to the degree we are able, I will address questions at the end. For background, Mr. Montoya was reported missing on Sunday, April 2nd, 2023. It was reported that he was last known to be at the Hangar 101 bar in Lakewood, which is near Wadsworth and Jewell Street. Later that day, after not being heard from, the family became concerned, and he was reported as a missing person. Investigators from the Denver Police Department's Missing Persons Unit initially looked into the case and did significant work to attempt to determine Mr. Montoya's movements after leaving the bar. It appears Mr. Montoya voluntarily left the bar with several individuals who he met while at the Hangar bar. We do not believe there was any connection between Mr. Montoya or the individuals he met that night. As the investigation continued over the next several weeks, it became evident to investigators that Mr. Montoya was likely deceased. On May 22, 2023, members of the Denver Police Department's Homicide Unit were brought in to assist with the investigation. On July 26, 2023, there was a significant break in the case when members of the Saguache County Sheriff's Office and Colorado Bureau of Investigations located human remains in an open area north of the Saguache Municipal Airport. Through the investigation, detectives learned Mr. Montoya was in a vehicle near 48th Avenue and Bannock Street in Denver when an argument involving Mr. Montoya ensued. The argument escalated and Mr. Montoya was shot and killed inside the vehicle. It is believed the offender transported Mr. Montoya to Saguache County later that day. On September 5, 2023, investigators arrested 30-year-old Amber Jean Dominguez, who has been formally charged by the Denver District Attorney's Office as an accessory to first-degree murder after the fact. Investigators have obtained an arrest warrant for 33-year-old Jesus Angel Arvizo, A-R-V-I-Z-O, for the charge of first-degree murder in relation to this case. The Denver District Attorney's Office will ultimately determine the charges to be filed against Mr. Arvizo once he's arrested. With support from our partners with the Metro Denver Crime Stoppers as well as Mr. Montoya's family, we're here to ask our community for assistance in locating Mr. Arvizo. Anyone with information regarding his whereabouts is encouraged to call Denver Metro Crime Stoppers at 720-913-STOP. Information can be submitted anonymously and may result in an award. I would now like to turn it over to Mr. and Mrs. Montoya.
Thank you, everyone who's here. As you can imagine, this is the worst nightmare a family can experience. We are asking for the community's help in helping us locate Mr. Arvizo. We know he's hiding. We believe he's hiding, and we just ask the community's help. He's a dangerous person, and our family is just, we're in pain, and we'd like some resolution, a final resolution to this case.
My son, did you want have something to say? Come on up real quick and.
Could you please say your name?
Yeah, say who you are.
My name is Judon Montoya. I'm James' older brother, the oldest of the siblings. I am begging for any help that we can get from anybody in the state and city, anywhere around, to give us some information about my brother. His laughter, his joy, his heart, his courage and passion were so strong from when we were young, fishing with my grandparents and my family too, just going to concerts or just hanging out, riding bikes on the street. He was the lifeblood of the neighborhood. Everyone would know who James was. And the fact that he was taken from us at such an early time and unexpected time, it's heartbreaking, and we want justice to be given for my brother. So please, please, just give us any information you can about where Arvizo may be. Thank you.
Thank you. My daughter Jaylee also wants to say something. Go ahead.
My name is James Montoya. I am the youngest of the siblings, and James was my older brother and my best friend when he was here. And I just want to say, Jesus, if you're watching this, please turn yourself in. Think of this as your family. You're only making it harder for yourself by running. So please turn yourself in. People, even if you have an inkling of where he could be, just think about that. Something small, something big, whatever it is, just report it to the police. This is my brother, this is our family, and we love him and miss him.
Thank you. Anyone else? I'd like to, just one last word. I don't know if I'll get a chance or if this will get edited out or not to have Jesus look into the cameras and see the family standing here, but if he hears this, if you hear this, Jesus, I just want you to know I did warn you that day that this day would come, and what I didn't get a chance to tell you was that I could only imagine what you were thinking, like what was I thinking or whatever. You snapped, whatever. But we all have our moments, but I'll tell you what, but it's not too late. If you're alive and you can hear this and you think you have enough courage to come forward, then do what's right, and God will honor that. Do what's right. You've hurt a family. We've all hurt people, but it's not too late. And come and do your time, bud. It's time to pay the piper. And we're here. We're not going to stop until we do find you. And also for all the officers involved, all the detectives, all the detective work, I cannot say thank you enough. You guys are our heroes. You're warriors. You're at the front lines, and we love that. And God bless you guys too. Thank you.
If we may ask a question.
Yes, sir.
What were your thoughts? Vicente Adams with Fox 31.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for being here today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
What was, my understanding is that y'all had some contact with this person before. When you heard that he was a suspect in this case, what went through your minds? It's a question for both of you, please.
Well, and I hear you say when we heard that he was a suspect, I don't want to say this too boastfully, whatever, we knew he was a suspect. We knew something was wrong the minute we were talking with him on the phone, and we could pick up on his tone of voice, the way he was avoiding questions. So we knew something, that he was there, and that he was responsible for it. And that's the next day is when I warned him on the phone. It's going to come down to we're going to find my son's body, and you are going to have to deal with this eventually. So let's do it now or do it later. And of course, right, like a lot of us, we run scared and think we're going to get away with it. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know if I'm getting a little sidetracked there. I digress sometimes. But
No, I just, to me, it sounded as if somebody who liked my son, who was friendly with my son, and to me that just shows the cold, the seared conscience that he has to be able to, talk in a normal tone of voice, be fine, and say nothing happened when we believe something
Yeah.
did happen. So.
I do have a follow-up. What has it been like this entire time, just not knowing what might have happened to him? That's my last question.
Well, as you can all imagine, putting yourself in our shoes, I mean, it's the worst nightmare. I mean, your mind
can't even put words to it.
can't even put words to it. Wondering what happened to our loved one. A million thoughts go through your mind. You wake up with dreams. You think about him all day. Finding him was nothing short of a miracle. And the detective on the case, I'm not sure if I should say his name or not. Detective Adam Golden, he's been nothing but amazing, and I can't say enough good things about him. But so the worst nightmare is really all I can describe it as.
My name's Jalisa Rosario. I work for 9 News.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Sure, thank you.
Were you familiar with Jesus at all prior to this then, prior to that phone call?
Not at all. Never
Not
met.
at all.
First time we met him was on the phone, and several hours after he had just finished burying my son, which we had no idea. So, yeah.
So did he call you?
No, we were able to get his phone number a hold of his number through the landlord's phone type thing, and then we just happened to, look over the shoulder, click, take picture, snap, call it, and he answered. And then he answered 2 or 3 more times after that too. So,
But he said he knew your son.
yeah, he did. He said, he says, oh, he was a cool guy. He says, we were playing pool, really cool guy. And yeah, we dropped him off at the club, and that was the last time we saw him. And I'm trying to be careful with my words too and not give too much information. So,
But he said, just to clarify, he said he knew him that night, so just
Yes.
not previous to that. He
I'm
met
sorry.
him that night.
Yeah, met him that night.
Quick
But-
question. You guys speak Spanish?
My husband
Poquito,
does.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's important to put this message out there in both language. So I don't know if you have something to say in Spanish for us, for our community, trying to help locating the suspect.
Yeah, I'd probably turn it into a comedy show, and I don't want to do that right now. But and I'm not trying to be a comedian right now. But one thing, when I get around the Mexican people, I wish I could speak that good fluent. But my heart is there just this warm heart, like yes. But one thing people know me for, that close friends that are from Mexico that speak they're the real deal Spanish. And one of my favorite things that we connect with people, and I say Gloria a Dios. Gloria a Dios. And that's what I'll say there. I can give a few more things, but to the people, yeah, go ahead.
My son's girlfriend is bilingual, so if she feels comfortable, maybe another time
Yeah.
being able to share this
She definitely
information,
is.
that would be something she could do.
Yeah, and I see that you guys are very spiritual throughout this moment. I understand that it's a heavy loss within your family. So how you guys are be able to keep living and keep moving forward with this loss within your family?
You know what? This doesn't change that God is good, regardless. This happened because some individual made a really bad decision, a dumb decision, a senseless decision. That doesn't change who the Lord is, and,
That's right.
and so that's what we stand on: is God is good, regardless. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Matt.
Commander, there's a follow-up to a comment you made
Yes, sir.
at the beginning about this Dominguez person, the argument. Can you give us a little bit more context to that, please?
So we're not able to give additional context as to what the argument was inside the vehicle at this point. But that was kind of what precipitated the shooting of Mr. Montoya.
Was it presumed that Dominguez was in the car at the time of this incident?
She was.
Can we get spelling on your names?
Sure. CORINNA, and then Montoya, MONTOYA.
And Eddie, EDDIE.
Can you say
Can
it
you
again,
say it
please?
aloud?
Yeah.
Jaylee, Jaali.
Judon, J-U-D as in David, O-N as in Nancy.
Commander, the name of Dominguez, can you say that name please again?
You bet.
And do you have a date of birth on that person?
I don't have her date of birth on me. She's 30 years old. We can get that for you after. It's Amber Jean Dominguez, Dominguez.
And what was the day she was arrested? I'm sorry.
She was arrested on September 5th.
Okay.
When was that? When did that argument take place?
That it actually happened later at that so the early morning hours of April 2nd. Mhm.
For the Montoya family, was he, my understanding, he had enlisted for the Marines and was going to the Marines. When would he be going to the Marines?
That was all being taken care of. In fact, he had an appointment the very next morning on April the 3rd. And with the recruiter he had been in contact with, that they were working towards that, I guess, that date. And so,
What's
Yes,
the
ma'am.
Saguache connection? Was Jesus from there?
He's familiar with the area. I'm not sure what his if he had residence there previously, but we know him to be familiar with that area and the Alamosa area as well.
And I assume you've eliminated his remains from the ones that were found on the 22nd Suzanne Morphew?
Correct.
Connection?
We don't have a connection between the Suzanne Morphew case, correct?
How far away were the remains from each other?
I'm not sure.
Would you say they were in the general area or that part of the county? Or?
I'm just told they're in Saguache County. I'm not sure how big that county is or how far
You
that
described
is.
it near the municipal airport, right?
I was told it was north of the municipal airport off of a county road. Excellent, thank you.
Quick
Oh,
question.
sorry, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, the reward, how much is
I'm sorry, I missed you.
the reward?
Right now, it's at $2,000, up to $2,000 for information. Again, it can be reported anonymously through the Crime Stopper 720-913-STOP. You can call 911 if you see him, and we will get officers over there to attempt to apprehend that individual. Thank you.